What is up, lords and ladies? King Raiden here, and welcome back to another Call of Dragons video. And for today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about how to efficiently gather or get resources in Call of Dragons. So normally I had a video before, well, technically it was a few months ago. It was similar, it had a similar topic with our topic for today. But the thing is that I see that video is no longer possible because of the recent updates that Call of Dragons did on the game. So I thought about it, and I think it's better to actually redo the video and teach players of Call of Dragons on how to actually maximize their potential when it comes to getting resources. So technically speaking, there is lots of Call of Dragons content creators right now in YouTube, and there's also hundreds of tutorials on how to actually maximize in getting resources. But the thing is that I think it is better for me also to create my own version based on my own opinion. Okay, so going to the topic right now, guys, is what is the first step? So for my own suggestion is that you need to actually level up your gathering heroes. So who are the gathering heroes in Call of Dragons? So we have actually 4 and I think 1 semi-gathering hero in Call of Dragons, and these are actually in this, which is a wood gathering hero, and we have also Pan as a wood gathering hero. We have also Kella, we have also Cha-Cha, and last but not the least is Ordo. So Ordo is somewhat a semi-gathering hero for me because of the skill that he has, which is clear-sighted. You can see it right here that I have already maxed his skill, which is gather speed bonus with 10%, mana gather speed bonus of 10%, and legion load capacity bonus of 10%. So he is actually the semi-gathering hero that I'm talking about earlier, and the rest is all gathering heroes. So once you have leveled up your heroes, guys, there is also a very important thing that you need to do when it comes to leveling up them, and that is getting them to level 43. And why should you actually get them to level 43? Okay, so getting your heroes to level 43 helps you unlock a certain skill that you need to do it, and which is Windfall. So mainly, I'm not really sure if many people or many players from the game already know about this one, but seeing as it is over the course of the few months, I am seeing lots of players having very less resources and asking for resources from other players, like asking resources from whales, asking resources from other players that they cannot maximize their growth when it comes to doing research, training units, and so on. So this is this is actually the purpose of this video, guys, is to actually help you out to get the maximum effort of getting those resources. So going back to the topic, guys, what does Windfall actually do? So Windfall receive additional reward items when your legion depletes a resource point. So nowadays, guys, people are technically very keen when it comes to like playing the game and going to war. And just a disclaimer, guys, if you saw my resources right now on the top, yeah, that is real. So I got most of them by gathering and from the productions of my resources, but we will talk about it later on in the longer run of the video. Okay, so going back to the topic again, having your gathering heroes to level 43 actually helps out getting more resources. Why? Because once you deplete a certain resource point, you will actually get or receive this item. Let me check it right here if it's here. Okay, here it is, the standard resource bundle. So each one of these boxes, you can either get 10,000 gold, 10,000 wood, 7,000 ore, or 5,000 mana. So imagine having hundreds of these or thousands. And just to be clear, guys, having enough of this will actually help you out in the long run. For example, if you have a heavy research or a heavy resource research in your city right now, let's say we go here, let's say this one. So having to unlock this level 5 to level 6 will require 3 million gold, 3 million wood, and 2.3 or a 1.5 million mana. And that is a lot for a free-to-play. So having lots of resources as a free-to-play will automatically boost your potential in growing faster, because you are no longer stuck in a point where you're not where you're no longer growing, right? Because you are getting so much resources, and you're pushing yourself to actually get more resources, then you're able to grow faster. So getting your gathering heroes to level 43 is a must. I know some might disagree that no, you should level up your war heroes. And yes, I also agree with that. But as a free to play, we need to maximize our level by getting our gathering heroes to level 43. And that is the best way for us to contribute in growing faster with our power. And therefore, with more power, then we can become more stronger. Then we can actually help out our alliance faster. Okay, what else? So there's also one thing that you need to do here, guys, and that is by going to your bag and using these boosts. Okay, so when you're gathering resources, you need to actually also gather a specific type of resource point for your heroes. So for example, okay, so first we need to unlock or use our boost. Okay, so this is an 8-hour enhanced gathering. I have also lots of 24 hours, but why am I using the 8 hours? Because I am a heavy player, or I am a very active player in Call of Dragons. I think my minimum count for being online in the game for a daily basis is probably 8 hours or more. I think I can open like or be active like 12 hours max, or maybe 14 if I have free time. So this is a very good boost for me to use, because 8 hours I can open after 3 hours after this. So I can actually maximize my time in playing Call of Dragons. So always, first guys, you need to always use this boost. Why? Because once you have this boost, you can actually boost your production. How much does it cost? So it actually helps your production 25% more. So the production for my mana or wood in gold is 25% more efficient. Okay, never forget about this one, because resources or the resource buildings in your city always helps. Do not underestimate the power of your production, guys. They are always here to support you when it comes to giving you resources. So now that we have used our boost, guys, let's proceed in gathering our resources. Okay, let's see here. Okay, if we can find a level 6. Okay, that is level 6. Okay, let's start here. Let's gather the resources. There's a purpose that I did not started gathering my heroes when I started recording this video, guys, because I wanted to show you that every hero needs to be specific for their role or for their category. For example, in this should gather wood. Same with Pan, and Cha-Cha also needs to gather as well, or because he is a ore hero. And also same goes with Kella and Ordo. Okay, let me just finish sending this march here with Cha-Cha, and last but not the least with Ordo. So Ordo is a very slow gathering unit or a gathering hero, but he is actually really useful as well, because if the other four gathering heroes is busy gathering resources, he can also help out as well. Even though he is not a maximum or a maxed out gathering hero, he's just a semi gathering hero. It's still very useful in the long run. Okay, now that we have our gathering heroes gathering resources, you can see that in the next 2 hours and a half, my heroes will be finished with the gathering. So Kella will be finished in 2 hours and 26 minutes. Pan will be finished in 2 hours and 7 minutes, and so on and so forth. I think Ordo will be the last one to finish, and that is probably 3 hours. Let's check it out. Okay, so Cha-Cha here is 2 hours and 28. Indis is 2 hours and 21. Yeah, correct. Ordo is actually 3 hours and 1 minute, or closely to 2 minutes, okay? So, what am I going to do with this one is that I'm going to set up an alarm. I'm going to go back to my home screen and probably set up an alarm in the next 3 hours so that it indicates that all my gathering heroes are finished. Even though the game is built in with a notification saying that your gathering heroes have returned, I'm still confident in using a alarm than focusing my notification on the game, because the game sometimes have delays of their notifications. So for me, it's much more better and efficient if I can actually use my alarm than use the notification for the game. I mean that is based on my opinion, guys. Okay, so if you want to actually use the notification for the game, you can do it. But my opinion, based on my opinion, I think it's much more better if you have an alarm. Okay, now that we're finished with talking about the categories of your heroes when it comes to gathering the resources, we have also discussed the level of efficiency to actually level up your heroes to level 43, and also the windfall skill, and also the production. What else that we need to do? You can also get I think resources from here, guys, from this daily challenges that you can do, because here I already got a small amount of resources, to be honest. But imagine getting everyday resources for 100,000 wood, gold, and ore. It's really nice because it will stack up and help you out in the long run. Also, guys, if I recall, in my old video, I was talking about how to gather lower level resource points, because it's much more efficient, because you can actually get more standard bundles. Nowadays, guys, it's not the case, because now they have removed level 1 and level 2, and the lowest level for the resource point that you can get is now level 3, which is still okay, because if I send my gathering heroes at max, like for example level 43 is gathering at a level 3 resource point, it might take like 33 to 35 minutes, I think, if I recall. I don't have any clips here because now I am already in the second region. I don't have enough time to actually go back here and just gather for the level 3, because it will actually be a hassle, because there's also some enemies over there trying to hit gathering heroes, or gatherers. So it's better for me to actually stay here, because where I can just gather peacefully. Okay, but again, guys, in my maximum effort of gathering resources, I can probably get, let's say, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12. Every 3 hours I can get like 12 standard bundles. So more or less, my minimum count for standard bundles in a day, I can actually get like 36. 36 is not a lot, guys, okay? But in the long run, it will stack up. And the more I get the standard resource bundles, the better. Why? Because if I'm in a very dire situation where I need resources, I can just actually use everything and get resources very fast. But nowadays, I'm just only hoarding it and trying to save up as much as I can. because I know for sure going to tier 5 is not a very easy thing to do, and not also cheap when it comes to resources. Also, another thing guys, when it comes to your production, always check how long will it take for them to actually be full, because now that you have user boost to actually increase your production, always try to check how long will it take for them to actually make it full, because sometimes it will take less than expected to make it full for your production buildings or for your resource buildings. So you don't want them to stop producing resources. So from time to time, check them as you go along or playing while you are playing the game, okay? Not only that guys, you can also get resources from your territory. So right now I have this one, so I'm just gonna press and claim. Okay, so it will generate, and probably it will just like continue giving me free resources. Okay, and not only that guys, you can also get resources from your gifts, so always check it. Okay, so right now I can get like small amounts of resources, but it will help, right? So as a free to play, you need to go or get as much resources as you can. Okay, also guys, in the scout camp around the map, you can also get resources here. This supplies, it also gives lots and lots of resources. So like this one, I get an easy 75k ore. And yes, and if you ask me guys, I haven't been checking out my scout camp for quite some time, but maybe a few, or after a few days, me if I have free time, I'll just finish everything. Okay, that's about it guys. I don't have anything else to say. It is so far a very long video when it comes to like doing very efficiently when it comes to like getting your resources, but as for me, it is somewhat a rewarding video, because you will actually learn something from it. So not only it's a very long video, but you will actually get something in return. Even though I'm not the most perfect person to actually explain it, but I was able to give my opinion about this, and maybe you might learn something. Okay guys, so that's about it. I don't have anything else to say, but thank you again for watching this video, and hope to see you soon in the next one. Please again, do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends, because you are awesome. This is King Raiden signing out.